good morning. I don't know if we're live or if the internet's a little behind, but we are going through with this. We'll just run through like we usually do. We are in Matthew chapter 23 today. From my gatherings, this is called we've been in the discourse, the judgment discourse, something as of that such. I don't know too much of what it means, other than Jesus is, in blatant terms, pissed off. Jesus is pissed off. We're in the temple. We're still. He's speaking to the people. He's speaking to the people, but he's kind of referring it to the Sadducees and the Pharisees, and they're kind of walking away, not listening to him, and Jesus, just like you could tell. And I'm gonna try to just read through with this in a very simple manner, so I don't get excited. It got me excited to know that people do need to be aware that the Holy Spirit, God gets angry. God will get very frustrated when we are not doing the things. I personally need this kind of counsel. This is something that it's not that I like anger, okay? I just have previously spoke to you guys before, and I said that I am a being that angers easily, and I've honestly known that. And when the Holy Spirit hit me, when I was coming at personal family members, Sarah particularly, I'd break her down to cry, to where she's crying, to where I was like, I don't even think this woman's gonna, like, oh wow, that hurt. And it was pretty much done to me through different terms. She's forgiven and moved on. She's built out of I don't know what kind of material God's rebuilt her out of. But see, I've also done the same thing with a couple of individuals that I've came into the walk too, and there's just this point where I'm just like, enough. And I think Jesus has got there in chapter 23. I don't like repenting 15 times in a day. I don't like saying something that I know is from God and my family in the house does not listen. I don't know when somebody comes to me and says, oh, can you pray for me? And I tell them their instructions next and they don't do it. And then I'm seeing them in this loop, in this cycle, and I've been there. I'm not saying on anybody's pedestal and lower or higher than others. I'm saying I speak with anger today, letting you know God will get angry at you. And he got angry at me. And I would tell you the cell block number I was in, but I don't remember the jail at that point because it was for the finalist last time that I didn't even want to be in or see or remember anything inside. I got too used to a system of being in and out of jail, and I did not want. So when God hit me, it was with anger. Like, what are you doing, you idiot? You're supposed to be out here. So as you know too, now this is part of prison ministry. Once COVID's up and out, we're running through those jails and we're expanding God, because I knew something. I said, you either find one thing, you find God in jail, prison, you turn around and end up going and you find the enemy. I went to God. I wanted to get out of there. I was at one of the times my daughter's birthday was going on. And still God wasn't really angry at me at that point. He still graced me because the circumstances and knowing my position and knowing my true stance of where I was in that moment in time. Not saying I wasn't always innocent, but let's not say that the law wasn't turning around and trying to kind of raise some things. With that being said, God got angry at me because I still made mistakes. God's angry because they're in this man's temple, in his house, abusing it, perverting it. So we go back to the man getting his property and creating a wine press and everybody killing him, all the servants he's sending him. Do we not remember that the universe is God's? Do we need to go to Genesis? We're going to do a reading on Genesis, but I'm going to have my daughter do it. An innocent mind
to take us back to the basics. Because that's all we need, folks. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at myself. Because when I speak to you guys, I'm speaking to myself. We got to change. That's all there is to it. We definitely just got to change. I got to change. I'm doing it. I can promise you I'm doing it. I can guarantee you if you go to the first video on the words time and then you look at the difference till today, I am happening with it. I got God. I'm putting God everywhere. I'm going all over with God. It'll work, guys. It works. This is your medication. This is your physical therapy. This is your, as soon as I can get to it, I want to instill that this is what God meant by this is your work. Then rest on the Sabbath. On Sunday, chill. You've been putting 6 days in on the Bible. Do you guys know I've been praying since I think January, probably before January, but I honestly looked at it this morning. I said, did you know, God, I've prayed every day to you this year? Probably about maybe 10, 20 times a day. And I'm not, okay. We got to come closer to him. We got to all individually come closer to him. Because I am just a human being trying to do what is mapped out for me biblically, and it is working. And I can tell you the way that this is looking is we rise to the kingdom. Not everybody does that. We got to look who's in the kingdom, and there are angels in the kingdom. So is this book designed to transform us? Because when I read on angels, I feel like if I am amongst one and I'm becoming one. And that is the true power of God. I think we'll end in prayer because we opened up with we'll end in prayer and we'll get to the scribes and the Pharisees. Okay, then spake Jesus to the multitude and his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders. But they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. Hypocrites, hypocrites. Verse 5 in the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 23. But all their works they do for to be seen of men, they make broad their phylacteries. Oh, phylacteries. Phylacteries. I'm going to go back to that word. I'm going to be honest with you, I never came across that word in my life. And enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost room, and feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. No one is greater than the other. There is one person you will call master. I mean, I think they even called Jesus master multiple times in it. I mean, he just didn't really pay attention to it. Here he's changed. I think he was even transforming himself, guys. I think even Jesus was even, he got it and tells us it, but I think he's even growing as we read, as we walk with Jesus. I think even Jesus was learning in these moments. But be not ye called rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ. And all ye are brethren. We're all brothers. And so if we see the president failing, we see the Pope failing, we see your neighbor failing, we see grandma failing, his grandma, her grandma, their grandma, and we help. We are each other's brothers and sisters, guys. This isn't East versus West football game. This is heaven versus hell. We don't want to be in hell. Nobody does. Verse 9. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. Verse 14, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the great damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compass sea and land, to make one proselyte. And when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Oh, wow. That's just where we're at. That's where we're currently really at in the world. I was just sitting there in the office thinking today, and we were talking through the week. And it's like if there's, I want to call it, yeah, there is genetics with this. But, bro, I'm going to get with it. My stepdaughter's just a trip. And I'm like, there is no, okay, and I love her to death. There's just some that are just wired different. And God be with me when I say this. Everybody in the world knows Maribel is special and different. Oh, I love her to death. I pray for her. That's probably where 15 of those 20 prayers go to, honestly, throughout the day. But she is just so different. And this is exactly speaking on verse 15, what we are, because I'm guilty as well too. Up until this month, I haven't gotten serious about being a parent, not a father, because my daughters have a father, and they're in heaven, and he's in heaven. He's in the kingdom. I myself have my Father in heaven. You should devote yourself to having your Father in heaven. The man that birthed you here on earth, technically he's your brother, but he's your dad. I mean, so you respect your, okay? You got to look at it, dude. Don't quote me. You definitely can't quote me on one sentence in the Bible, because you could take it 20,000 different ways. I believe you should be able to. Verse 15 tells us, though, for ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte. And when he is made, when you make a child, okay, I'm going to call it a child. And when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. You guys don't see that. Yeah, it's okay for you to sit there and turn around and do your dirt. But now your kids are getting muddy. Good thing Jesus could come and wash that away. So dedicate those children to him, because we have perverted our children. It hasn't been the other way around, of course. And those children will threefold pervert those other children. So if this has been going on since Matthew, I mean, are we 10,000-fold perversed by now? Is that why we're not getting it completely? Don't think too much on it. Let's turn around and end up going into verse 16. Woe unto you, ye blind guides, which say, whosoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whosoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools and blind, for whether is greater the gold or the temple that sanctifieth the gold? And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing, but whosoever sweareth by the gift that is upon, he is guilty. That is upon it, he is guilty. We got to get our altars. Everybody better get their altars. You're not going to, ye fools and blind, for whether is greater the gift, or the altar that sanctifieth the gift? Whoso therefore shall swear by the altar, sweareth by it, and by all things thereon. And whoso shall swear by the temple, sweareth by it, and by him that dwelleth therein. And he that shall swear by heaven sweareth by the throne of God, and by him that sitteth thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier manners of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Verse 26. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and all uncleanness. Even so ye also outward appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tombs of the prophets, and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witnesses unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Verse 32, fill ye up then the measure of your fathers. Ye serpents, ye generation of vipers, how can ye escape the damnation of hell? Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of the men ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city, that upon me you may come all the righteous. I lost myself. Blood shed upon the earth, that you, verse 35, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come up on this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Ouch. Oh, we got one more to go in 24, and we're not doing it today because I feel like I'm getting hit in the head. Has God ever hit you in the head? Well, he's hitting me now. He's hitting us now in the head. If we're paying attention, God's hitting me in the head just as hard as he's hitting you guys in the head. So, we need to pay attention deeply, guys. Let's just repent. I don't want to dive too much heavy. Well, I do. We need to pay attention to Matthew 23 heavy. I knew when I knew coming into Matthew 23 it was going to be something. I didn't know it was going to be that hard. I didn't know he was going to come at us that hard. But he's speaking to the people. He's speaking to the multitudes. But the Sadducees and the Pharisees, of course, have still been lingering around, kind of talking crap over there in the corner. You know what I mean? It's just spilling tea about over here. And no reason to. They have their own stuff. And he checks them. Jesus checks them today. We got checked. I feel like I got checked. Some of those things I related with, I was like, ow. Okay? Don't hurt me, Father. But I'm built of, I don't know what you build me out of either. Because I know that you've taken us and you've changed us. And we crumbled that night that I was going through, and I gave myself and said, Lord, break me. I broke. I turned to dust. And he made me up into I don't know what, but I don't know what. I don't think a comet, I don't think no meteor, no mineral on earth. That's the kind of power that I got. And that's how God has given me. And that is by God. No disrespect to my Father. After this manner, therefore, pray ye. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.